Hello tech YouTubers, Jim from Tech Lovin'. It's been a while since I've done a video. I've been busy this winter, just past Christmas now. Had a busy Christmas, sold a lot of rigs. There's a couple of tweaks that I want to show you. Why Windows doesn't do certain things, I don't know. But one of them is a registry hack. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And the other one is a script to remove all AI from Windows. Windows 11 Pro is what I have on here. I believe I've done the tweaks on here. Maybe. I think I've done the Windows AI registry, or not the registry tweak, but the Windows AI removal on this PC. It's just on the bench. It's just a 9900K that I threw together. Sorry, 9700K. Yeah, well, we'll go through that. I've tried the NVMe registry tweak on Gen 3, Gen 4. I'm not sure if I've tried it on Gen 5. And it does improve the speed of your NVMe. So I'll go through that and show you how to do that. You do have to use Windows PowerShell with administrative privileges. So I'm just going to bring up a couple of things here on a different screen. Or do I want to show you the script first? Yeah, maybe I'll show you the Windows AI script. So if you just do a search for remove Windows AI, just a Google search, you go to a GitHub page. You're going to select the GitHub. It's the forced removal of Copilot, recall, and a bunch of other stuff. So if you click on that, and it'll bring you to the page, the remove Windows AI page, and you scroll here. Let's go over here. Let me just turn you a little bit so we know. Okay, so turn you over this way to this screen. I think you can see that, most of it. All right, so I'm going to, let's just go back here. So here is my search term right here, remove Windows AI. So if I press enter on that, I get this first one, this GitHub one right here, where my mouse is. Force remove Copilot, recall, and more. So click on that link. That's going to take you to this page. You don't have to worry about anything. I just scroll down. Yeah, and there's a warning here. Some third-party antiviruses, you shouldn't be using antivirus anyway. Give you false positives on this due to the nature of what it... Yes, and use... so you're going to use Windows PowerShell, but I'll show you how to do that. So all you need to do is there's going to be this little copy thing here. And you're just going to click on this, and the script is copied. Okay, so we can just minimize that. We'll minimize that. I'll get to that later. So just in your little search bar down here on the bottom, I don't know if you can, yeah, I guess you can see that. Anyway, this little search bar right down here, where my mouse is. You're just going to type in PowerShell, and you can type in a few, like I just typed in POWE, and there's Windows PowerShell right up here. So we'll just, whoops, I didn't really want to click on that, sorry. We'll do it again. And we want to go to the screen on the right here, and we want to run it as administrator. It's at the top, so it's Windows PowerShell. Run as administrator. Press yes. And now we're in as an administrator. Now, if you right-click, there's the script that comes up, and that removes all Windows AI. So all you do after this is just press enter. Should I do that on this PC? I'm not sure if I want to remove Windows AI on this one, because I just use it for, this is my my Tech 11 piece of garbage PC that has all my information on it. But I guess we can. I don't think it'll matter. You can actually create. I'll just press enter. You can actually create a. So this comes up right here. And that's right. I can always cancel this, and you can. There's those registries, prevent the AI, reinstall, disable Copilot, remove AI app X packages, recall, optional feature, remove recall, remove AI files, hide AI components, disable notepad rewrite, remove recall tasks, and you can, and revert mode, if you can click on here, revert mode will undo changes made by this tool, restoring AI features and settings to their original state. Selected options above will be reverted, enabled when this mode is selected. So you can select this if you've done this and you want to revert it. It's going to bring everything back to what it was. And then there's backup mode. I haven't used either. Backup mode keeps necessary files in your user directory, allowing revert mode to work properly. Okay, so I guess you have to have backup mode on. Use this option while removing AI if you would like to fully revert the removal process. So you do have to have this option on. This one, no. And then press apply and it'll remove all the AI. If you wanted to put the AI back, then you would put this on, and I believe this would go off because you don't need to back it up. You're going to put your AI back on. So that's basically how you do it, and you just let the script run until it finishes, and then reboot, and you're off to the races. Press any key to exit. Now, a couple of important things: you have to be in administrator mode, and you have to use PowerShell. I've tried it in just command prompt administrator mode, and I don't believe it worked. No, so you have to use PowerShell for it. So that's how you do it. That's the process. And the next one are the registry tweaks. So I'll just bring that back up here. And that's my furnace that just went on that you're hearing. So it's going to kick in there I guess it has kicked in. So these registry tweaks you do in command prompt with administrative privileges. Okay, so I'm going to, I don't think I'll move you back this way again here. There we go. So I don't believe I have done this on this PC. So if we go into device manager, I'm just going to show you something here, and I'll go and bring this screen over. So this is going to be the NVMe tweak. So your drives, and I'm not even sure if it's going to work on 9700K. So this is my, yes, this is my NVMe that's on the motherboard right now. So if I right click it and I go to properties, and then I go to the driver, and I go to driver details right here. You can see it's using, sorry, I'll go down here, I'll go here. It's using disk.sys. So that's the driver Windows uses. It's an old SCSI driver, but that's what they're using for NVMEs. So that's what Windows 11 Pro installs, and Windows 10 and whatever else. So I'm just going to go to my SSD program here, and we'll open that, and I'll bring it from the other screen just so you can see this. And we'll just start the. So this is I think it's a Gen 3 drive on this 9700K. And this is a free program that you can download. It's called SSD. It's a benchmarking software. There's also Crystal Disk Mark that you can use. I'm not sure that I have that on here, but I might. Let's just check here. I'll just move this over to another screen. Oh yes, I do have Crystal Disk Mark. I'll just, oh, it's on the start menu. I've already pinned it to the start. So there's our score, 48-35. That one, let me bring up, where is it? Crystal Disk Mark, which is right beside it. Guess I never installed it. Okay, now it's installed. Now I'll bring it up. Ah, there it is. Just pin it to the start. Get rid of this because that's the installer. There we go. Okay, so let's just run this. This is a little bit slower than as SSD, but I'll give us our scores before we do the tweak here. We're at 12 minutes. We're doing good. And we're going to get different scores on Crystal Disk Mark than we got on as SSD. So it's done the read. Now it's going to do the, I think it's going to do the write, but it might do the write last or close to last. We'll see. No, it's doing the second read. I think that would be the 4K read. Maybe, I'm not sure. We'll see what we get with each one. I'll print the screen. Then we'll bring it back up after because we really don't want these running. When we test again after the tweak. We'll let that finish. Yeah, I think I've got one high-end build that's ready to go in a case. It's going in the Montech King 95. Montech has some fantastic cases at really good prices. There's another one, the Montech SV01 and SV02 are really good cases and inexpensive. We're talking like Canadian, 60 bucks, 50 bucks. It's a great price for a case. The King 95 is an expensive case, but it's absolutely beautiful. Comes with fans, so with pre-installed fans. The SV01, is it SV01? I gotta check on that. The Montech, let me check. That's the King 95. Okay, I can't find my Montech box here. I know I have it. Oh, it's called the XR. I'm sorry. The Montech XR is another very, very nice case. It comes with 3 pre-installed fans. I just bought the, I don't think, yeah, I think it was the, yeah, I think I was right there. I think it was the Montec SV01. I can't remember. That may be, anyway, when it comes to cases, I mean, some of them, you know, I mean, you got the old Corsair box, but you're paying for the name with that stuff. Corsair, they're nice cases. So is the Lian Lees are nice cases, well built. I use both of those, but you are paying for the name. So some really nice cases. There's some really nice cases from Montec. There's some really nice cases from DIY PC. Has some really nice cases, and relatively inexpensive, a lot cheaper than the others. That's for sure. And Sama is another one. The Nvme 2851 is a really nice case. So those are the manufacturers that aren't like, they're like Thermalright. I mean, the Thermalright Peerless Assassin 120 just outperforms the Noctua at half the cost. Same with their liquid coolers, very good liquid coolers, 240s, 360s, with the digital screens, inexpensive, pretty good. Anyway, that's that stuff. If you can't, don't skimp on your NVMEs. Western Digital Blacks, definitely recommend Western Digitals. Samsung, second in my opinion. And Kingston is really hit and miss. Not the best NVMEs, that's for sure. Their price is good, but they're not the best. And stay away from Chinese NVMEs. I just wouldn't go there. I don't trust them. Although, saying that, I did buy, because they were cheap and I used them in low-end builds, these right here. I bought these SSDs. I bought like 10 of them. They're only 240 gig, but out of the 10, man, they all worked. And they were all like relatively fast when I did tests on them, when I did speed tests. They were no different than any of the others. And, excuse me, they are from China. So there's our two scores that we have, the AS SSD and the Crystal Diskmark. Both of these programs are free, by the way, where you can test and you can see how different they are, right? Score-wise, 3434, 2689 versus 2983, 2504. I'm not sure what these readings are here. And these are, yeah, these may just be reversed here. And these are up here. Yeah, who knows? I'm not sure. But anyway, not really a concern. So let's just take a screenshot of that. I'm always fiddling with multiple keyboards here. There, I'll print that screen just so we have it. And that's when you do hold the shift key plus print screen, right? That's how you get that. So if we go to here, we want to see where that is, we go into pictures. There's my screenshots. So it's going to be the last one I took here. And do I want to bring this over? Can I? Yeah, so anyway, we got it. It's on the other screen. I'm just going to close it because it's, well, I'll make it smaller. Can I? Yeah, there we go. Then I can bring it over. Yeah, that is right there. So if I want to edit it, and this is just the editor comes with Windows, right? And I can just do this. And I can make it bigger. There we go. And then I can just go to my save options and I can save it. And now in screenshots, there's the saved one. Sorry, I'm just looking at a couple of things here. Okay, these are both the same. Yeah, that's all. That's correct. Because when I checked the device manager earlier, we'll go through that. Sorry. Right click, device manager. I don't know why that other one came up. So it's under disk drives, right? So under disk drives, once again, click on here, right click, properties, driver, driver details, and there it is, disk.sys. So that's the one Windows installs. It's the disk.sys. What do we got? 20 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to do the registry hack, and we'll see if it actually takes on this PC. But take my word for it. If it doesn't take on this, because I haven't tried it on 9700K, I've tried it on basically everything else: 5600X, a 14700, a 13700 Ks. Sorry, I'm vaping there. And now we're going to do the registry tweak. So we type PowerShell down in here, or oops, wrong keyboard. Typical. Sorry, we do have to type it in. So we go down to our search bar, pick up the right keyboard, just start typing in power. There's Windows PowerShell right here. So we're going to go and run it as administrator. And it's going to prompt you. User account control will prompt you, and just click on yes on the user account control. And it brings us to this window. We'll just click in here to make sure that we're in there. And now, so you type this exactly as so it's reg, add, exactly as I'm typing it. So far we got reg, space add, space H key, underscore local, underscore machine, backslash system, backslash current control set, backslash policies, backslash Microsoft, backslash feature management, backslash overrides, OVERRIDES, space, /V, space. This is the first one, so put my number lock, 735-209-102, 209-102, space, /T, space, capital letters, reg underscore D, WORD, reg D word, space, /D, space 1, space, /F. I'll leave that up on the screen for you for a minute. But that's the first command. There's 3 of them in total. And then press enter. The operation completed successfully, so that's what we want to see. Now you can easily use your right arrow key. Whoops, there we go. I just used the up arrow key Well, usually you have to use the right arrow key. And we're just going to backspace all of this, because all we're changing is the number. So 185 356 9164. Our space is already in there. We'll scroll to the end and we'll press enter. The operation completed successfully. And this is the third one, so I just press the up arrow on that. And I'm going to press the left arrow. And just backspace this out. Now we're doing the third one. 156 965 516. Right arrow key, scroll to the end, enter. The operation completed successfully. I'll leave that up on screen for a minute so you can see that that is the, those are the, we're adding these to the registry, to the Windows registry. And if it worked, we should see NVMe, well, via .sys, NVMe, and something else to go along with that. That's what we should see. So I'll just type exit in here. And now we're just going to reboot our PC. And hopefully it reboots. And we'll just do a restart. 9700K, decent CPU. It's 8 cores, no hyper threading. But it's just a budget build. Z390 motherboard, decent motherboard. Oh, we're gonna boot. Z390 Pro Series. And this screen will come up in a sec. There we go. All right, so if we go to, once again, right click, go to Device Manager. I'll bring this over to this screen. See, it doesn't work. It's not. It doesn't work on. Oh wait, it does work. Sorry. Yeah, because there should only be. Yeah, there's only one drive in there. No, it doesn't work. It won't work on, I don't know why it won't work on this, because this is going to be, because it shouldn't be in disk drives. It should be in storage disks. Down in the bottom is where it should be. Just going to go to properties of, this is just a USB drive. Just want to see what it's using. Ah, that's weird. So the NVMe drive, which is running off a USB, is now using, now this used to be up, I'll show you where it used to be. So it's using nvme disk.sys. So that was the change we just made. Whereas, where our drive used to be before, you remember there was two drives up here in disk drives. Now it's only showing the one. And I believe that's my NVMe. Go to properties. Go to driver. Driver details. And see, it's still using the disk.sys driver. I've done this on other PCs, and it doesn't show any drives up here. They all move down. They all move down to the storage disk down here. So they all move down to here, the drives. So I'm pretty sure that is not M390. Yeah, that's our 512 gig storage disk down here, which is running off the USB. So it did not change my disk here. So we're not going to see a change in the speed of that, unfortunately. It will not work on this NVMe I have in here. It's still using the other the SCSI driver. But I can probably guarantee that it will work on yours because I've used it on everything else and tried it on everything else. I just happen to have this PC on here. Yeah, so there's our, this is just our, it's too bad we didn't test this originally because this is just our, well that's, well maybe it did work because we shouldn't be getting that kind of speed out of our USB NVMe. So it's just an NVMe that's plugged into the USB, one of the USB ports at the back. But we'll see. I'll test the other one. So perhaps that is our NVMe drive. So it does work. And we'll just check this against what we got earlier. Okay, there's that one. Let's just bring up the other one in our pictures. Yeah, it was this one. I'll put this on this side because that matches up with this one. Well, I think we'd already done this. Oh no. Yeah, I know. I think I may have already done this tweak on here. But as you can see, is our overall score here. Anyway, there's a big difference. I may have already done the tweak on here, but there's a big difference in the scores from what it was originally. And too bad I can't show you what it was originally. Like, here's the, and this is, like I say, this is just the, this is an NVMe that's running off a USB. So that's the kind of speed you get. Because just an NVMe controller, and it has a USB 3.0 that runs to it. That runs to the motherboard, to the rear I/O of the motherboard. And I'm pretty sure I've got nothing else here I can do this tweak on. I've already done it on everything. But it does increase, and your system's much snappier. It does increase the speed of your NVMe drive. But I think I had already done the tweak. And I will show you what it changes in the registry. And after this is finished, or I could just cancel it. We'll just abort it because nothing's going to change. There we go. So if we go to our, down here to our search, and we type in reg edit, it's going to bring up the user account control. Type yes on that. I'll just bring it over to the screen. So we go to HKey local machine, the same thing as what we had entered earlier. HKey local machine, wrong one, HK users, local machine, system, current control set, policies, Microsoft, feature management, overrides. And there are our 3 registry tweaks. There are the numbers that we entered. Whoops, right here, right here, right here. So those are the 3 numbers we entered. So normally you can get I think you can get as far as Microsoft, but it might just have policies and then hardware, and that's it. Or even if the policies is there originally. So that is the registry tweak that we added. Just so you can see what it is, and you've already seen the other one that removes all AI. And I believe I removed all the AI on here. Yeah, because I think if I did a search on, I don't know, not quite. No, I haven't done it on here. I have not done the other tweak on here because I shouldn't get the Copilot search, I don't think. So let's do it. Let's make that bigger. So we're going to type remove Windows AI, GitHub. Click on that. And we'll go through it a couple times just so you can. And we want to use the script block here. So this will just copy it, and it's copied. So we'll do it in PowerShell. So Windows PowerShell up here on the left, run as administrator. User account control, yes. Bring it over. Right click it, there's our script. Press enter. So we're not going to go into revert mode, but we're going to go into backup mode. Because we want to back up allowing us to revert. Okay. So we'll go into backup mode and we'll apply. And that's what comes up. So it's going to do the execution of disabling the registry keys, etc., etc. Prevents the reinstall. What do we have? 39 minutes. Removing additional AI packages. I'm just going to bring this one over. I may have already done this on here. We'll see. Because we get an error. The system was unable to find the specified registry key or value. So I may have already done this on here and it's already gone. So you just let it finish. When it's done, it'll tell you it's done. Please be patient. Be accurate with what you enter when you're doing the other, the registry keys. If you do it wrong, then you're not going to see it move down to the bottom in your device manager, the drive. It's going to stay up in the disk drives. I'm just going to let this finish. So it removes recall, and this is the last one you get, your AI. Removal process is completed successfully. It wants you to restart your computer for the changes to take effect. So we'll do a restart. And we have a beep. That's always a good thing. There we go. We're back in Windows. So once again, go to Device Manager. Right, so this is where your drives are normally going to be if you have multiple drives. Right now, I've just got, this is my USB drive. When you make the change, the registry change, then you're going to be down in storage disks. It's going to be down here. And if we, whoops, go to our properties, and then our driver, and the details, there it is, Nvme disk.sys is the driver you're now using. For your NVMe, and it will give you more speed. As opposed to the disk.sys. Very old driver. I don't know why Windows uses it. I think there was an issue with some third-party programs that don't see the disk or something of that sort. I'm not sure. I haven't had any issues with it, but of course, as a disclaimer, I'm not responsible if your system doesn't boot anymore. Because there's always that possibility, correct? But I've had no issues with multiple systems. Both with the registry tweak, more so the registry tweak is probably more important than the removing Windows AI. So you do have that feature down on the bottom. So because I had already done it, I did remove Windows AI from here, and I didn't back it up the first time, so I really can't restore it. Whoops, wrong keyboard. Once again. I wonder if I can still do the Windows AI searching. See, it can't find Windows AI, so it's gone. Yes, it is gone. Windows AI is gone. And I imagine Copilot. Microsoft Copilot. Message Copilot. I don't think it's... just type in my search here. Yeah, it didn't even come up. Let me try it in this one. Yeah, the Copilot app comes up. So if we look over here, there's the Copilot app that comes up when I type in Copilot. And when I type it in here, go back over here, we'll close this. When I type it in the search bar here, it doesn't come up. So we have removed it. It is gone. All AI features in Windows are gone. And we've done the little tweak on the NVMe drive. So those are two little interesting tweaks that you can try to get a little more performance out of your PC. I'll show you a couple of other things here. So anything you want to search for, this is the way all of my PCs are for a desktop, other than the Tech 11. There's nothing on my desktop. I put everything in the start menu. So you can pin anything you want to the start menu. You just right click and pin it to start. See, this one's on the taskbar. I don't have anything up here. Oh, Crystal Tips Mark is over here. Yeah, you just right click on an icon and then you can unpin it for the start, or you can pin it to the start. And if you go show more options, here, I'll bring this over here so you can see what I'm doing. So there's a little icon that would be on your desktop, right? You can right click it. It's already pinned to the start, so you can unpin it from the start and you can repin it. So if I unpinned it and right click it again, I can pin it back to the start. Now it's on the start menu. If I go to the start menu, there it is right there. So I pin everything to start. And if you want to pin it to the taskbar, you go to show more options, pin to the taskbar. And now it's down here on the taskbar. Just put it back where it was. Yeah, so there's nothing on my desktop. So anytime you want to search for anything, you're not sure of the name of a program, name of a game, you can just start typing. Whoops, wrong keyboard again. Yeah, you can just, what did I do with it? There it is. You can just start typing anything you want, File Explorer or whatever. You can also right click on your start square. This is what I'll call it, the start square. And this is where you can, that's where I access Device Manager, System, Event Viewer, Power Options, Installed Apps, all kinds of stuff. File Explorer, you want to bring up multiple iterations of File Explorer, you can actually just click on the folder down here and you can click on File Explorer. Now you have 2. If you're copying from one directory to another, now you can have 3. You can bring up as many as you want. From there, disk management, you add it as another drive. You can right click on there, left click on disk management, and here's your drives. There's that NVMe USB drive right there. And you can change the drive letter, you can format them, you can shrink the volumes, delete the volumes, do all kinds of stuff from there. If you wanna, you got a bigger NVMe and you have 2 slots on the board. So put, you buy a 2 terabyte NVMe, you've got a 512, that's your OS NVMe. So you put the 2 terabyte in the second slot. And then you use a program, I don't know, let's see if I have it on here. I don't, but you can download this free program. It's called Disk Genius, right here. Just download it. You can go with the free one. Downloading 2 of them. Don't need that one. So it's going to download this. Click on there. There it is right there, the DiskGenius setup. I'll actually install it, double click it. Show you what this looks like. Once again, user account control. Click yes. Click OK on the setup. Sorry, I'm bringing all this stuff from a separate screen here. Accept the agreement. Click next. Yeah, put it in C program files, whatever. Next on that. We'll close some of this stuff. And then it's finished. You can launch DiskGenius. And I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, you agree to the agreement that pops up, but this is what it looks like. So there's our 512 gig NVMe. And there's our 500, well, it's supposed to be 500 gig, but 466 gig, 500 gig USB NVMe. So let's say you had another drive, a 2 terabyte. What your one would show up here, would show it as C, and then your second one would show up, right? You'd use disk management here. That second drive would show up in here, and you would just you would format it in there. You can do it in here also, where the second drive will show up and you can just format. But here you can OS migration. You can click on the OS migration, and it's going to say what's your target disk. So your target disk is going to be your second drive, and if it's bigger than your first drive, there's going to be a place here where you can grab it and pull it all the way over, so you're using the whole space, and it's going to migrate your OS. And you're going to use the I'm just going to cancel this because I don't want to migrate my OS. You're going to reboot to Windows PE, it's called, and it'll do the migration in there. That's basically, it's like Windows, it's like safe mode. It doesn't install any drivers or anything like that, and it'll migrate your OS over to the new drive. You'll shut down your computer, or you'll just restart it. Well, you can do it one of two ways. I would just shut it down, and then you can swap the NVMEs, because you want the OS NVMe being the closest to the CPU. And then you take your CPU out, and you put it in there. It's going to boot from the, you can tell it to boot from the new drive, as a little checkbox there, which is fine. You can boot to Windows. It's going to boot off the new drive, but then shut down and switch the drives. Physically switch them on your motherboard. One in one slot, put your old drive in the second slot, and then you can just format your old drive. You can just use DiskGenius, or you can select your drive, right click, or click on your drive, whatever the drive is, and click it on, and you can partition it, which is probably an easier way. You just repartition it, take away your the ESP and the MSR partitions. You're not going to need those, because they're going to be on your migrated drive. You're going to see both drives are going to look exactly the same, right? So if this was my original C drive, and this was my new drive, these things here, the ESP, MSR, local disk, MS recovery, would show up down here also. So you take your old drive, and you can just partition it if you want. I can quick partition it here, because this, my OS, it's not going to allow me to do it, because I only have 2 drives in here. It's easy to do. Just take your time. And it's a great way to add a new drive where you're not downloading some tool that you have to pay for to get it done, or getting somebody to do it. It's not difficult. Easy to do. So anyway, it's been a while, 55 minutes, that's long enough. Those are a couple tweaks you can use. You shouldn't have any issues with them at all. If you do them properly, you shouldn't have any issues with them. And that's all I got for you today. And hopefully we'll do a few more videos. I've been really busy around Christmas time, and I'm building all the time. So yeah, I'm Jim, this is Tech Lovin', and thanks for watching, and take care. Have a great 2026. Bye-bye.